Portions of the following program may have been pre-recorded.
The following programs, views, claims, or ideas may not reflect those of WSRR Radio or WSRRradio.com. Viewer discretion is advised.
And now, we take you behind enemy lines with Lucas DeRazio and Dom Ferro on WSRR Radio.
All Browns fans will go to heaven where football season's never ending. The leaves have changed, smell it in the air. Where every morning is a Sunday morning, the grill is firing and the drinks are pouring. All Browns fans will go to heaven and our motel can go to hell.
Welcome to another riveting episode of Behind Enemy Lines right here on WSRR Radio, your Cleveland sports talk show from Pittsburgh. I'm Lucas DeRazio, joined as always by Dom Ferro. You are listening at 10 o'clock in the morning on Friday, June 5th, right here on WSRR Radio if you're getting this as up-to-date as possible, or you're listening back on Spotify or anywhere else you get your podcasts. So thank you guys for joining us. We're recording on June 4th, Thursday at 10:43 a.m., just under 12 hours before this airs. So this is pretty up to date. We're getting good on this.
And we needed to do that this week because
we did.
I don't know, was there something that happened in the NFL this week? Because it seemed like things were just popping off. We had big trades,
exactly right.
Big news. It seemed like the season officially started this week.
That's right. Things opened up. The floodgates opened on some moves, some blockbuster deals that continued to happen. Of course, the biggest news out of Cleveland and LA, Myles Garrett heading to the Rams, heading over to the West Coast as the Rams ship out Jared Verse and 3 picks, 1 first round, 1 second round, and 1 third round to Cleveland to help with the rebuild and help the Rams with their Super Bowl push this year. Dom, what do you, I want to hear your opinions from an outsider's perspective, because I heard tons of opinions from Browns fans this week on both sides of it, really, but mostly, I do feel like it was pretty split, honestly, on whether people liked or disliked the trade. But from a third party perspective, a Steelers fan like yourself, when you saw this, what were your initial reactions?
And the first reaction was like just shock. I feel like it's the biggest trade we've seen in the NFL in a long time.
It's pretty big. Yeah, I mean, like, it's the reigning defensive player of the year.
Yeah. Going
to one of the best teams in the league that has the reigning MVP.
Yeah, and who was so close to a Super Bowl and has done this before. They've gone all in on going for a Super Bowl run. They're doing it again this year. But yeah, just pure shock. The guy broke the record for most sacks in the season last year. He's been with Cleveland the last pushing 10 years. So yeah, it's just pure shock at first, but then, after that settles, I look at it from both sides. I do think it's a win for both sides. I think both sides get what they want. Cleveland continues to build for the future. Rams go all in for this year. I do think that the Browns could have gotten a little bit more for Garrett. I do think you could have gotten a little more than 1 first round pick.
That's the common sentiment, but I do think that, like, on paper, you look at it and it's like just at the players and everything, and it's like Myles Garrett's going out, like we should get 2 first rounders, right? But
that's a lot.
I think there's a lot of factors. Like, one, you're getting Jared Verse, who, like, my thing was, I was like, if Jared Verse after the first 2 years of his career was like re-entered into the draft this year, he would have went top. Like, he might be the first overall pick.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean?
Very
like,
good chance.
I mean, Mendoza probably goes 1 because the Raiders need a Q, but like, He's going before Reuben Bain and what's
David
his name
Bailey,
from David Bailey.
Reese, yeah.
Like, he's going to be the first guy off the board at that position. So it's like, all right, well, then you're already getting a first round pick, and not only is it a first round pick, but like it's almost like 1.5 first round picks. It's a proven. You're not taking a gamble. I like it. He's still young. He's going to match up with the other guys on this, like, age wise, the other guys in this rebuild. You get rid of a huge contract in Garrett. You get more draft capital to play with, which the Browns have done great in the last 2 drafts, seemingly. I mean, last year they did spectacular, saw so many rookies start in this past season and make impacts. You got the defensive rookie of the year, Mason Graham at nose tackle, who quietly had an amazing year.
Yeah.
For a rookie, it's tough to be like loud when you're a nose tackle, but he played great.
Yeah, they've been hitting on all their draft picks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then it seems like, again, on paper, I mean, obviously verdict's still out. No, we haven't played a single game with them yet, but on paper, this draft for them this year was pretty good too. People are expecting a lot from them.
Yeah.
But, I think that the guys that they have in the room right now with the quarterback situation and everything, they're still not ready to compete for a Super Bowl in the next 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, by the time that they're ready to compete for a Super Bowl, Myles Garrett's going to be 33.
Yes.
Jared Verse is going to be 28. You know what I mean? He's still going to be more, not that Garrett's not, again, amazing, one of the best defensive players of all time, if not, he's in the conversation for best defensive player of all time. But at that point, it's like, let's have a guy who's a little bit younger, has a little more tread on the tires. So
if the
I
Browns,
like it.
If the Browns had a chance to win a Super Bowl in 2027, I'd say don't make this trade.
Yeah.
But everyone knows that there's not a chance that they win the Super Bowl. That's just the reality, unfortunately. Like, I think they'll be good. I think they'll be fun to watch and win games, but they're not in like the upper echelon of teams in the NFL. So, but they're getting there. They're still a really young team. They're probably a couple years away, like if things keep going their way, from being in that conversation. And like you said, Garrett would be 2-3 years older at that point, probably wouldn't be at the same peak. I mean, he is a freak, so I could see him playing with the Rams for a good amount of time and continue to dominate. But get the draft capital. You get Jared Verse, which is, a downgrade, but it's still, like you said, a proven piece. He's going to contribute. He was a first-round guy for a reason, and he's proven it at the NFL level. So, yeah, I think if you're a Browns fan, you shouldn't be upset. If you're a Rams fan, you should be fired up, especially with rumors that Aaron Donald might be coming back.
Yeah.
Could you imagine those two?
That would be
the same
insane.
line?
That would be pretty nutty.
For scientific purposes, we need it to happen.
That would be those are just two of the most athletic freaks in NFL history. And then side by side on a defensive line would really be amazing to see. I do think that, like, I said this to you before we started recording, that like the Rams made a good like win-win trade here, and they know how to do that. Like they did it with the Lions when they got Matt Stafford. They ended up winning a Super Bowl that year, and the Lions weren't ready to win. They got a bunch of draft picks out of it. They got Jared Goff, who now has kind of been their franchise quarterback. And at the time, they were still rebuilding, and now look at what Dan Campbell's built there in Detroit. Like, that was also a win-win trade, and I think that the Browns can kind of, even though, obviously the Lions haven't made it to a Super Bowl, they haven't won a Super Bowl, but they, in the last couple of years, have now become a perennial threat in the NFC, and I think that the Browns could do that with, like, this, getting a young guy here and getting draft picks in the future and the things that they're building right now. It's not a win today. It's not, I mean, not that Jared Verse isn't going to help them win games in 2026, but I don't think this move really improves their record in 2026, but down the road, it definitely does.
It probably doesn't hurt the record too much.
No, I really don't.
Myles Garrett, he is a game changer, but I do think like the record is pretty much the same.
Yeah, and also what's the difference of them winning 4 or 5 games?
Yeah.
Like, it's not,
Yeah,
I love Myles Garrett, and he's amazing, and he does wreck games. And like you saw him like a couple years ago against the Colts, like he pretty much won them that game, found a way to like win them games. Even though he's playing the defensive end spot. Yeah. But, that's, 1 game a year, 2 games a year. If we drop from 6 wins to 4 wins, no one's going to be upset, especially now with 2 first-round picks next year.
For sure. Going back to the Rams real quick, I found this really interesting. Going back since 2016, they've only had 3 first-round picks.
Really?
Jared Goff, who was, like you said, eventually traded for Matt Stafford. Then they didn't have a pick until 2024 when they took Jared Verse.
All right.
And then this year, Ty Simpson.
Wow. And that is crazy.
I've heard a really interesting theory that once Matt Stafford is ready to retire, you get all that money off the books. They trade Ty Simpson to the Bengals
for Joe Burrow.
And they're still right back in the same position. The Rams are just doing things differently. I think
Yeah.
they're playing chess while others are playing checkers.
I think that that's a great way to do it. I mean, like, obviously it's completely different, but like when I'm looking at my dynasty fantasy league, like, and we're talking about, the drafts in the future and stuff, like people are all hung up on these first round picks and like whatever. It's like, I'd rather have a guy who's been in the league for 3 years and has proven to me that
Yeah.
he can, play at the NFL level and be a stud rather than being like, I know better than anyone else. I know which college guys are, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, scouting only takes you so far. Some guys just crap out after being, having great college careers. We see it every single year.
Mhm.
And we always talk about these guys who looked great on paper. Everyone who says like, oh, I really believed in this guy, and then he never did anything in the NFL. Why would you go for that? Like, no matter who the top D end in the draft next year is going to be, there's still a chance that like their game just doesn't translate to the NFL. Whereas Verse has proven he's a 2-time Pro Bowler in 2 years. He was the defensive rookie of the year. You now have 2 defensive rookies of the year on your defense. Like,
yeah, but I also think that people overvalue first round picks a lot.
exactly.
But the first round pick the Browns got from the Rams, that's very likely going to be like between like 28 and 32,
Yeah,
which is a huge difference between the 5th overall pick.
That is one thing that does hurt about the trade is the fact that it's like, yeah, we got their first round pick, but like they
The
now have
30th
Myles
best guy out
Garrett.
of
They have
college.
they have the reigning offensive the reigning MVP and defensive player of the year. Like, they're gonna be competing for a Super Bowl this
Yeah.
year. They have 2 of the best receivers in the league. They have a great defense. Like,
Great coach, yeah.
great coach. There's not a high likelihood that pick is below 25.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's a massive difference between the
Yeah.
5th best guy out of college and the 25th guy.
Exactly. And then you get their second and third round picks in the next 2 years, and it's like, again, those are really going to be third and fourth round picks, basically, assuming that the Rams keep up their production.
But it's a gamble, and the Browns have proven that they've been hitting on their bets.
Recently, yeah. And I don't mind it. I think that it took a lot of like, you swallowed your pride and you were just like, all right, like, we love Miles. Like, I feel like this was an amicable split too. Like, where it was like, we love him. We paid him all this money and like, we obviously got a ton of production out of him, but like, he wants to go win a ring and he should have that ability because he's so great. And like, we're just not ready to do that right now.
Yeah.
So let's make a move to where we can in the future. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
I think people are poo-pooing it, and like, it's sad. It's really sad, obviously, to see Miles go because, he's been the franchise. He's been a huge part of this franchise over the last 10 years. Went to 2 playoffs with him, which was, only 2 of 3 playoff appearances the Browns have made since coming back in 1999. It's going to be sad, and it's going to be really sad when I see him wearing blue and yellow in LA this year. But, it's something you got to do. It's a business at the end of the day.
I wonder if he's the best-selling Browns of all time. I don't know. I wonder if they don't really list that. I don't think. I don't think they have like a running list. Baker would be up there. Manziel, a lot.
Baker
of people
didn't have the
bought that.
longevity though.
A ton of people bought Manziel that weren't even Browns fans.
Of
probably.
course. So yeah, you had to.
Shador,
Joe Thomas is probably
Shador's getting up there.
Shador.
Very fast.
He had to buy a second Shador jersey because he was 12 last year. He's switching to 2 this year.
Forgot about that.
So we'll see.
Yeah, one of the most loved, if not the most loved.
Nick Chubb's got to be up there.
Yeah.
Joe Thomas. I would say Nick Chubb, Joe Thomas, Myles Garrett are probably like the top 3.
You see a lot of Thomas jerseys?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Offensive linemen, I feel like, are tough.
An offensive line jersey is pretty tough.
Well, tough to pull off, but they are tough to wear.
Yeah,
Like, you look tough wearing it. I want to get a Marquise Pouncey jersey.
I don't know if I said this, but that would be a good jersey for you.
Yeah.
I don't know if did I say this after the draft? I forget, but like, I realized that having a jersey with double digits on it looks way better than wearing a single digit jersey. Did I say that?
I think you did
I can't
say
remember.
that.
But like, I have the jersey that I always wear is a Peyton Hillis jersey, so it's 40, and like, just
Mm-hmm.
having the double digits on it just looks good. Whereas like, if it's a single number and you're just a normal guy, it just doesn't look good on you.
I completely agree. You look like, I don't know, the double digits, it gives you,
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I think the higher the number 2, the better.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah, like if you're wearing a 98,
Yeah.
or 92 James Harrison out there, like I'm gonna respect you.
One of my favorite jerseys that one of my friends has is a Browns Paul Kruger 98 jersey. I love whenever he wears that.
That's pretty hard.
It's a spectacular jersey.
Pretty good.
Paul Kruger. What an amazing pull.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I'll rock the 7.
Yeah,
Big
well, yeah,
Ben.
for Big Ben, of course. You see a lot of those around here.
That one doesn't look too bad.
Yeah. Well, that's another one too. The other thing,
Quarterback single digits, I think.
yes.
Well,
The other thing that adds to a jersey is the name on the back, and like having Roethlisberger,
Yeah.
like crammed in on there. It's a big long last
I
name.
like
It's
it.
like that's that's a good look for
Yeah.
it too.
100%.
That's kind of it's not a simple easy first name or last name.
yeah.
Like something basic. It's long and
I mean, that's why Palomalu is the best jersey
yes,
back in the day.
that's exactly. It's got the combination of both.
Yeah.
43, kind of a weird number. 43, Palamalu on the back.
yeah.
Someone's got to be rocking the hair with it too,
Yeah.
maybe.
That
That's
was
a good jersey.
Loved wearing that to school back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Because there were a lot of non-ball knowers. But who's Palamalu?
Oh no, they
Come
gotta
on,
know.
bro.
My fiance got our nephew a JJ Watt or a TJ Watt jersey.
Yeah.
And he wears it. He's a huge Steelers fan in Northeast PA. He wears it like every day.
I love
Every time
that.
we see a picture of him at school or whatever, he's always wearing his TJ Watt jersey. It's not like she got it in the strip district. It's one of those like not
Jerseys.
real one.
Yeah.
No, it is a jersey,
Oh,
but it's just like it's not a Steelers jersey really. Like it's black with yellow. It kind of looks like the Color Rush jerseys where they're just like black with the yellow.
I think
and
I've
like
seen
yellow
them.
stripes on the shoulder.
Mhm.
But like it's definitely obviously not that
Legit.
jersey. But he doesn't.
He
I mean,
rocks
he's
it today,
10. He
though.
doesn't care.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's always 90
jersey
also
to school is
good
the
one to
best.
have. Yeah. That's always a look.
Yeah,
A jersey to
God
school.
flex on him. I mean, like one of the first jerseys I remember wearing in school, kindergarten, first grade, Sidney Crosby jersey.
Oh, tough.
And that
Yeah,
guy's still
hockey
playing.
jerseys.
That guy's still playing hockey today, which blows my mind.
A hockey jersey goes hard.
I was drinking milk and eating pizza at 11 a.m. wearing that jersey, and now I'm with Unk. And he's still playing.
I had a couple throwback jerseys from like my brothers. They were like skin tight because they were youths, but I would still rock them sometimes. They were
Yeah.
like a Shaq Magic jersey,
Tough.
a Vince Carter Raptors jersey where the front was purple and the back was black.
Oh yeah.
And then I feel like we had one more, but I can't remember what it was. I think at some point we had a Brett Favre jersey, the 4 with
Yeah.
the Packers. That's
Needed
always a good
of them.
one.
I had one of them growing up too.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like all like people from that generation, you just respected that gunslinger.
Oh yeah.
Like he was just fun to watch.
Have to. I remember growing up, I think my brothers told me that Favre was the best quarterback ever at some point.
Didn't,
I was
like,
always
Adam
obsessed
try
with
to tell
like,
me that.
I was always obsessed with like who's the best ever
Yeah.
at something, like even something you can't measure, like who's the best at. And it was always like you just get answers. Like someone would tell me Montana and be like, okay, Montana's the best ever.
Uh-huh.
And then, like someone told me Favre. Someone told me Steve Nash one time was like not the best. Like they were like, yeah, Steve Nash is like really, really good. And I was like, oh, best ever, huh? Like,
He's MVP.
yeah, he was the MVP. I was like, damn, Steve Nash, he's the boy.
I did like a similar thing, like with everything, but like hockey, I was like always like, how is it Wayne Gretzky for everything? Like, there's just no doubt about it.
Yeah.
For everything, there's always like, well, it could be Babe Ruth, it could be,
Yep. Hockey was the only one where it was just like, yeah, it's Gretzky.
yeah,
Yeah.
no doubt about
And
it.
it was
Yeah.
Michael Jordan for basketball.
Oh,
Until
yeah.
a little guy named LeBron James came
Uh-huh.
around.
Bronny,
Ronnie James Jr.
big Bron. You think he's watching the finals?
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
I mean, yeah, he loves basketball.
I think he loves golf more now.
You think so? He's
Yeah.
probably out on the links for sure, but he's got to be watching it.
He's got to tap in to see what he can do to stop Wemby next year.
Yeah, or join him. He's
Mm.
trying to decide which of these teams to join next year.
Between who? Like Lakers and,
The Knicks and the Spurs,
oh, you think?
maybe.
Is he actually going to go somewhere else?
I mean, yeah, that's what everyone's saying. He'll probably leave.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. We'll see. I kind of would like to, like I said it before, I would like for him to go back so that him and Luka and Reeves can have a healthy playoff run. Because I mean, obviously they ran into the Thunder, which is tough, but like they would have had Luka, I think they definitely wouldn't have got swept.
Yeah. Definitely not a sweep, but I still think.
No,
Really
I don't
is a
think
nice
I don't think
series.
they could have beat him, but at least have a run at it.
Yeah. I'd like to see him run it back one more time. I just
Yeah.
don't know that Luka throws things off a little bit.
You think?
A little bit.
Think he's not the right fit for Bron?
I just don't think so.
You,
Do you
you
think
got
they're-
Bron playing too much off ball when they got Luka on the floor.
Do you think they're boys?
Luka and Bron?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
I've never seen them.
I
dap
think they
each other
love
up.
each other.
I've never seen them like talk really.
Well, Luka doesn't speak English.
He speaks.
I'm joking.
I was gonna say. I swear I've seen him speak English.
No, I think they're boys. I think they respect each other a lot too, and I think they have a mutual like we got to do this. It's more of a business relationship than it is a friendship, but that's just because they know they got to get it done.
Luka's just not as exciting as he
anymore.
is on the Lakers, or
Yeah.
as he was on the Mavs, I should say.
I'll tell you what. So you watch some of his early Mavs highlights, and you're like, wow, he really looks a lot less athletic now.
Yeah,
Like,
100%.
He used to be dunking, and like now he'll make a joke about making a dunk. You
Yeah.
know, like
He's like kind of fat now.
yeah, a little bit. It's not. I don't know. He's not fat. He's just like
He's like
just,
Harden when he put on.
You can just
20
tell
pounds
like
a
his
week.
knees like just look. You
Yeah.
know, he lost. I mean, and he has been in the league for a while now.
Yeah,
But just doesn't. No one can do it like Bron.
and he's definitely not spending $1 million on his body like Bron is.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like he's just
the only
he looks
guy
awful.
who hasn't lost a step is Bron. And I mean, he's
Never will.
obviously he lost a little bit. He's not like Heat Bron, but
fucking
he's still
40 some years old.
he's still yamming from the free throw line at 42. Like he's a stud. But
Not dead.
he's a stud. He's just the best. Just
For
like
now.
this show is the best. Stick with us here through this first break right here on WSRR Radio.
Based out of Chicago, Synergy Music Studio is built for artists who care about the sound of their music. From recording, mixing, and mastering to full production and live studio sessions, Synergy works hands-on to help artists turn ideas into finished professional releases. They support the Chicago scene and they welcome new artists anytime. If you're serious about your sound, start at synergymusicstudio.com today.
The following State of the Union is brought to you by WSRR Radio in partnership with GenericClothes.com.
My fellow Americans, for weeks now, people have been asking me for the files. They want the truth. They want the names. They've said, show us the names. Well, today I'm going to do just that. These are the files. Page 1, we have it on good authority that was sending to... We know this because of his involvement with terrible guy, honestly. Of course, this means, unfortunately, and were also involved due to communications between and investigators believe may have known about as early as 2001, terrible year, which raises serious questions about and whether or not, and regrettably,
There's a time for details. Your clothing brand isn't it. Nobody cares about those details. Get to the point with GenericClothes.com.
Playing the ball where it lies. Lucas and Dom are back on WSRR Radio.
Welcome back to Behind Enemy Lines here. We're live, we're local, we're on WSR Radio, and we wouldn't be here without YourBuddiesGarage.com. Your Buddies Garage sells a selection of salvaged, used, and scrapped auto parts and accessories, perfect for a quick fix or first stop before the shop. It's a private seller, so there are no major retailers here, just genuine pulled parts, and the prices, they reflect that. This is going to be a place you want to go before you start going to the big brands. Check out what YourBuddiesGarage.com has. Like I said, salvage, used, and scrapped auto parts, and plenty of other good stuff. It's an interesting website to peruse around, see what they got. So YourBuddiesGarage.com is the place to go. Hit them up. We're back here on Behind Enemy Lines, and last segment we focused a lot on Myles Garrett, and I know you Cleveland fans, you might be happy, you might be upset, but there may have been a bigger story in the NFL potentially.
I don't know if there's anything bigger than that.
A.J. Brown, though, I think this could have been bigger if it hadn't been
On the same day.
the same day, and as well as like being the biggest rumor for the last 3 months. Of
Yeah,
football.
everyone was waiting for this to happen for a while.
We all pretty much knew, he was going to get traded, and we all knew where he was going to get traded. The Patriots linking with Mike Vrabel.
That's right.
His former head coach in Tennessee. They're back together. I think this was a bit of an overpay.
That's right. I was going to say, I actually just now I'm looking at the exact trade details, and I am surprised. The Patriots gave out their first round in 2027 and a 5th rounder. Actually, it's a 2028 first rounder, so it's not for another 2 years.
Interesting.
And a 5th rounder. Is AJ Brown? He's still worth a first rounder, right?
Is he though?
The
I
fact
just
that
don't
it's
think
only
receivers are ever.
The fact that it's only one and it's in 2 years and it's the other thing's a 5th rounder. I think that's decent. I don't think that's too much of an overpay.
I think at this point in his career, he's not worth the first round pick. I just don't know why you'd be that desperate to get him.
To get a guy who's reading books on the sidelines?
Yeah, but like more like a guy who's like, constantly been a distraction in the locker room.
Yeah.
A guy who's, probably 30, 31 at this point. I've said this before, like receivers coming out of the draft, they get better and better every single year. Now the Patriots, they've missed on every single receiver they've taken the draft in the past like 5 seasons.
But also, they haven't really had a top pick to take.
Yeah.
Every time they have a top pick, they took a lineman. They took what's his name from LSU last year? Why can't I think of his name now? Will Campbell.
Campbell. Yeah.
Is that right? And then this year they took the Utah offensive lineman, opposite of Spencer Fano, who's actually Utah's 2nd best lineman. But that's beside the point. So I mean they have taken some picks, but like no one great. Like they took Jalen Polk a couple years ago, the same year that they drafted Drake May,
which he was the 37th overall pick.
Yeah.
So if you're taking a receiver there, that should be a hit, and that guy hasn't produced in the NFL at all.
I don't know if he has more than like 10 catches.
Pop Douglas, I think Demario Douglas was drafted by them in 2023. He was a 6th round pick, so
yeah,
they got pretty good value out of him for where he was picked. But I don't like this trade. First round's way too much.
Yeah, I don't know. The fact that it's not till 2028, I don't hate that. And they just needed a receiver. I mean, like, I don't know. The question is, what if they bring back Diggs too, though? Like, what if they have Diggs and AJ Brown? Is that too insanity of a wide receiver room?
And too old of a receiver room.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like that room would have went crazy 8 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And I don't think that would be a good fit because you want Drake May to be the leader. If you have those two guys, Drake May is going to take a back seat, I think, to the receiver room.
You think so? I don't know. I think Drake May is a guy who can do that. Like, he seems like a leader where it's like, yeah, I can be the leader, but I don't have to be like the big alpha guy. Like even last year, like he still seemed pretty like quiet and stuff, whatever. He doesn't seem like he's the huge rah-rah guy. Like where I remember when the Browns got OBJ, who also we can talk about in this segment a little bit later. When the Browns got OBJ and Baker was there, it was like, I think Baker needs to be like the alpha guy. And like, he just doesn't have he has that ego where he needs all eyes on him. And like, this is Baker's team. Whereas OBJ steps in the room and even if he doesn't want to be, he's going to be the guy that everyone looks to, Well, whereas I think that Drake May doesn't need that. Like I don't think he cares about that as much.
Yeah, I guess so. But I mean, when OBJ went to the Browns, he was still in his prime.
Yeah, of course.
AJ Brown, he's past his prime. At this point, he thinks, well, he is a veteran, but I think he thinks that he's wherever he goes, he's going to be the alpha in the locker room. That would be my take, based on what I've heard and seen out of Philadelphia. And I still think I'm crazy because I don't see it in Drake May. I just don't.
You don't think he's the guy?
No, I just don't. Yeah, they went to the Super Bowl last year, so I guess he has to be. Like he just has to be.
I mean, he's going to be their franchise guy. There's no way they don't stick with him.
But
and he played great down the stretch in games that
in the Super Bowl.
I mean, yeah, in the Super Bowl, obviously no, but the Seahawks defense looked amazing.
Yeah, I mean, he did have a cakewalk too.
Yeah, I was going to say, like we can't forget that they did have a very easy schedule even in the regular season, and then in the playoffs they were playing Jarrett Stidham and the Broncos to make it to the Super Bowl.
I'd be shocked if the Patriots get back to the Super Bowl with Drake May.
Yeah, I don't think that in his career or this year. You mean
in his career?
Really?
I'm just out on him.
What if they make some moves though, and they get a better offensive line and better defense and some receivers? Like I wouldn't say. he's entering his third year. I
I-
wouldn't say
I-
there's no chance he makes it
I
again.
genuinely don't know how they made the Super Bowl last year. Genuinely have no clue how that happened.
They had an easy
Patrick
schedule.
Mahomes tore his ACL. The Bills got screwed over by the refs. Bo Nix tore his ACL or whatever, broke his leg,
Broke
whatever.
his ankle.
Yeah.
Foot, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, those type of things are never gonna unfold again for the Patriots to make it with Drake May.
Yeah, I mean,
I might be Drake May's biggest hater.
I mean the stars definitely aligned for them. But I don't know. I don't want to take away from what they did.
There's a
Like,
reason why he isn't on Madden 27 cover and Iceman is.
That's a
all
good
right?
point. I mean, let's take a look at their playoffs. They had to play the Chargers in the first round, and in
And
the
that-
wild card round, they beat them 16-3. Chargers offense had
Yeah.
absolutely nothing going on.
And Chargers were a team that started off the season so hot, and by the back end of the season, we knew they weren't gonna make a Super Bowl.
That's right.
They
And
weren't
then
gonna make a real run.
in the divisional round, they beat the Texans when CJ Stroud looked terrible. It was a rainy day.
The worst.
A day that, the Texans are an indoor team. They weren't built for that environment. They looked terrible. They beat the Texans 28-16. And then in the conference championship, they beat the Broncos 10-7 in a snowstorm against their backup quarterback.
Yeah. So I get why the NFL wants everything to be like indoors now, because those games, when you remind me of that, those games suck.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's part of football, though.
I do. I think so too. I don't want it to happen, but I get why the NFL would want like the biggest games of the year to be played on. Let's play real football. You know what I mean? I know
Yeah.
you said weather.
Like,
is
let's line it up
but-
and let's see who, you know what I mean? But I do also think there's a part of football that it's like, well, like, you can control the controllables. You can't control everything. You can't control
Yeah.
what the refs do. Like, the better team is the team that controls the things they can control, and they, you know what I mean?
I
And
agree. Or the
even if
Browns-
they have an advantage in the fact that, like, we're a team that's built more that we can play in the rain and the snow, and the other team's not, like, it's your fault for not being
Yeah.
prep for that. you
Yeah,
know?
no, I agree. That's the way I think too, but I feel like the NFL feels different. Are the Browns playing in a dome this season, or is that
That's
the
not for
season
another
ball?
year or two.
All right, that's good. That's good to hear.
Gotta keep it on the lakefront for as long as we can.
Yeah. We need all AFC North games to be outdoors, but
Yeah.
fortunately those days are coming to an end. Seems like it.
It is sad that the Browns are the first team to go indoors in the conference, or in the division, I mean.
It is. I'd be okay with the Bengals going indoors.
Yeah.
Protect that pretty boy, Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Pretty boy. I don't know about pretty boy. He's an Athens, Ohio boy.
He gets hurt every single year.
Yeah.
Gotta keep him safe inside.
All right.
I'm in a hating mood today.
Yeah, I can tell.
Woke up on the wrong side.
Didn't Rodgers break his wrist last year?
Yeah, and he
Played through it.
Yeah,
He played through it. I'll give him that
He's a
much. He did
dog.
play through. He's the Cali boy, though.
He's a dog, and
He's
he's
the
back.
West Coast sunshine kid.
Yeah, he's gritty though.
Yeah,
He's
he does.
the
He's got a little bit
definition
of grit. He's got a little bit of grit on him. Another couple other big moves. The number one biggest story out of free agency in this past week was that OBJ signed with the Giants. Does that really make any difference? Like,
No.
how much of he didn't play at all last year? He goes to a receiver room that has Malik Neighbors. They don't really have that much else though besides him, which is why they signed him and two other guys on whatever this past week. And one of them was OBJ, and another one was Braxton Berrios.
Yeah, that's weird. I guess
They do have Darnell Mooney. That's what I forgot. I knew they had another name in there.
They
Darnell
got-
Mooney got signed this offseason, and Calvin Austin
Yeah,
III
was
coming
about
over
to
from the
say.
Steelers.
And I guess Juju Smith-Schuster's on the Giants too.
That's right. That was another. That was
I
the
didn't see that.
that was the third name that got signed.
Man, I was
on
kind
the
of
same day.
I was kind of hoping the Steelers would bring him back
You were saying that on the golf course
as
this
like a
past
fifth
week.
or sixth wide receiver.
Yeah, you were ready for that.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping that would happen.
That's right. In one day, the Giants signed Odell Beckham Jr., Braxton Berrios, and Juju Smith-Schuster. Just the absolute unction.
And I have, I'm not going to speculate, but there's a chance that all these guys might need a payday, especially Berrios. Alex Earl might have ran him dry.
Yeah.
Juju, I don't know.
You say it like they got divorced. They were just dating.
Yeah,
him
but
and-
she was like, oh, let's go to Miami and hang out with Tom Brady or whatever. Let's go to the
okay.
F1 race.
So you think he was spending a pretty penny just to keep her happy?
That's what
I think she's got her own money though.
Yeah, but
she
she
makes
was-
way more money than he does.
He was putting that money in the bank and had Braxton footing the bill,
Oh, you think so?
low key. I mean, why is he still playing?
Because he's playing. What do you mean? Why would you not play? I love it when people say that. They're like, why is he still playing in the NFL? It's
All
like,
right, you're
because
right.
you get $1 million to play football. Why the hell wouldn't you?
He's never gonna touch the field. Too.
That's okay. Exactly. So
Yeah,
why
yeah.
then,
No, I
especially
agree.
then.
I guess my question is more like, why would the Giants bring him?
Because he's the X factor. I told you. I held on to him for a while in fantasy.
And then
'cause
what?
I held out hope for him, but eventually I had to cut him.
He had to. He had
And
to cut
then
ties.
once we cut him, Super Bowl.
I mean, what
So-
is Harbaugh building with the Giants?
He's got their receiving core, their first two right now, it says their 3 starters are Malik Neighbors, Darnell Mooney, and Darius Slayton. And then their tight ends, Isaiah Likely.
Yeah,
So
which I like. I like that.
they do have, the Giants are one of the more interesting teams to go in, to watch this year.
Yeah,
Coming
definitely.
in, especially after Jackson Dart and what's his head? Oh my God, why can't I think of his name now?
Malik Neighbors,
No,
Scadaboo.
defensive end, not Thibodeau. Oh my gosh,
Talking about the guy they just drafted, Arvell Reese.
oh,
You
guy
talking
from the
about-
Penn State last year, Abdul
Oh,
Carter.
yeah.
After they had their little run in,
I forgot about that. Yeah.
interesting. Which right now, Abdul Carter is not even listed as a starter on ESPN's depth chart for the Giants.
That is interesting.
Some of the names on this Giants team are crazy.
Yeah.
Kayvon Thibodeau,
Brian Burns.
Abdul Carter, Brian Burns, Arvell Reese, Shelby Harris. They got some dogs. It's got Cam Scadabo listed as the starter right now. Jameis Winston as their backup Q. They got a fun team.
Well, I guess that leads us into the next thing. Quarterback that was on this team last year officially retired.
That's
Russell
right.
Wilson going to CBS Sports. I'm excited for that.
That's right. You're excited to hear Mr. Unlimited on the mic?
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, I think he'll be all right.
I think it'll be interesting. I think he'll give us like moments too. Like there will be clippable moments for sure.
Well, he's not doing play-by-play, though. He's
No.
doing like pregame stuff.
Yeah, but I still think the interactions that he'll have are going to be just awkward enough to like.
Yeah, I think he'll have so much fun with it that there's not a chance. Even if like someone asked him, no, I don't know. With it, the way he is, he would come back if someone asked him to. But
Yeah, I could see that.
he's gonna have a lot of fun with it, I think.
Definitely. He was on like Good Morning America or whatever CBS like morning show is. He was on it today. He was fired up
Yeah,
with Burleson and Kyle Long.
yeah.
Yeah,
How was he? He was entertaining.
yeah, he was actually.
That's good to
Yeah,
see.
it seems like they got pretty good chemistry. Yeah, Russ is like really well spoken.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He always has been.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm excited for what he can bring to that show because I feel like they've fallen off a bit in years. It got like a little older. And Burleson was like the hot guy for a while, and I
Yeah.
feel like the people have kind of lost a little bit of the love for him. I still like him. I think he's really good as the host, but you needed some fresh blood in there.
Yeah,
and I
I
think
think-
Russ is gonna do that.
I think Burleson's pretty good, and what else I really respect Burleson for is that he does the Nickelodeon streams.
Mhm.
So I like that. I
That
like
is
that he
good.
can. He's like he is a good mix of like. Obviously, he knows football, but he also like can bring it to the kids and like be
Yeah.
fun and stuff. So I do have a lot of respect
And of course,
for
the,
Nick Burleson.
of course, JB, the man.
Who's Justin Bieber?
No, isn't his name James or
James Brown?
yeah? Isn't that his name?
I don't know.
He's like one of the hosts too, but his voice just a classic voice. They just
Yeah.
call him JB. All right, JB.
JB,
He's
the man.
just an old head.
I got a lot of respect for that crew, and I also got a lot of respect for anyone who listens to Behind Enemy Lines right here on WSRR Radio. Stick with us through this final break. For our last segment, we'll get into a little bit of finals talk here on WSRR Radio. Don't go anywhere.
Oh, James Brown.
Independent music has always been about doing things your own way, not cutting corners, not chasing trends, and definitely not handing everything off to someone who doesn't care about the end result. That's where Hellbender Vinyl comes in. Hellbender Vinyl is Pittsburgh's first and only custom vinyl record pressing plant trusted by artists across the country. They work hands-on with independent musicians to make sure each release sounds right and feels right start to finish. Every project includes 5 free test presses, so quality isn't a guessing game, it's built right into the process. So, if you're serious about your music and how it's released, don't settle for disposable formats. Press it with Hellbender Vinyl. Hellbent on quality, hellbent on service, hellbendervinyl.com.
Calling it like they see it. Lucas and Dom are back on WSRR Radio.
Welcome back to Behind Enemy Lines right here on WSRR Radio, brought to you by our proud partners at GenericClothes.com. Nobody cares about the details. Get to the point at GenericClothes.com. Don't sell out to big brand clothing empires and their prices. Make a statement at their expense with GenericClothes.com. The NBA Finals. Game 1 was last night on Wednesday night, 2 nights ago for those listening on Friday. And the Knicks beat the San Antonio Spurs in San Antonio. A lot of people were giving the Spurs as the favorites of this series. And I think that Knicks have won 10 in a row. They're the hottest team right now of the two, for sure. They haven't, now it's 11 in a row. They've swept 2 teams in a row. They're absolutely red hot. They win game 1 in San Antonio.
Pretty much dominant fashion, too.
Well, it was close until the end. They pulled away at the end.
But there was...
Really, the Spurs were up for a good amount of this game. Not by a ton, but they were up.
Yeah, but I mean, like, they weren't really, like, very efficient offensively, I'd
No,
say.
not at all.
Neither team really was most of the game. But, yeah, Spurs really couldn't find a way at the end to finish it out. I do think that's not great for the Spurs, especially because that was a home game. So,
yeah.
Not a great one to drop early on. The Knicks, the chemistry with that team it might be better than the Spurs. Spurs, you saw how hyped they were when they won the series against OKC. Wemby looking,
oh my
like
God.
you said.
I was
before
when we were before we started recording, I was telling Dom that Saturday night I was pretty banged up. I was at Mario's local watering hole, and
great
Wemby
spot.
with the win starts crying, hugging his teammates, showing the emotion, biting his fist, and like the only thing I kept saying was I was just like, he's so French. Wemby's so French right now. I was like, look at the emotion. He's so French.
When you said that this morning, first I didn't really understand, but then I was like, yeah, that is like something you see a French dude do.
He was just so French.
Like,
so
emotional.
He just let his emotions out, and I loved it. I was like, he's so French.
I get what he was seeing in that.
Like
it wasn't what I was thinking, but now I'm definitely not going to see it the same again.
Yeah, when I saw it, I was like, he's just letting his emotions pour out. He's not ashamed of his emotions. He's so French right now.
Yeah.
Like, he was hugging his teammates. He kissed his coach on the lips. I think there might have been a little bit of tongue, too. It was just beautiful. And I was like, man, sports are international. Like, you know what I mean? The NBA is, like, fully international. Like, I think that this year is fully, like, showing the growth of the NBA game. The fact that, like, all 3 NBA MVP finalists were foreign guys.
Yeah.
Wemby's in it. He's really like the biggest name in basketball right now, I feel like. He's the future of the league. He's a French guy. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who was the unanimous. Was he unanimous again? He was back-to-back MVP, though. A Canadian guy. Jokic was in the conversation, a Serbian.
It's officially.
The game is international. I was like, I was banged up Saturday night, but I was like, sports are so beautiful, man. I was like, you don't need a translator for that right there. Yeah. Anyone who sees that understands.
Yeah, the worldwide.
Exactly.
Anyone who sees that gets the emotions behind it. Yeah, it is great that we have this country where we can put like the world's greatest athletes on a stage.
Yeah,
you don't get that anywhere else, but in the
US today.
That's right. It's pretty great. People are like, why do they call it the World Series? Because this is where the best
players come and play in the MLB.
And it was like that for a long time in the MLB. NBA for a while, it was pretty much just like Americans.
Yeah, but I do think that sport. I was going to say, not that I don't think that it was like holding people out from foreign countries. It was just like the best players were American.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now the game's grown so much that it is.
There wasn't as much interest back then either.
Yeah, for sure.
I think basketball, the best thing of that, it's pretty affordable to play. Like anyone in the world can play basketball for the most part. You just need a court, find a court, and a ball isn't too expensive.
Not too excited. It is tough to get sometimes, though.
Tough to find a court, tough to find a ball sometimes. I mean, yeah, it's definitely like not possible everywhere, but it's a lot easier than like baseball or hockey.
Yes. It is that. It is football. A lot like soccer, where like people say like soccer is the most accessible game in the world because like you just need a ball and like you don't even need a net. You can turn anything into a net, which is kind of, you can do like, you know, you see videos and pictures and stuff of people pinning up milk crates on their telephone pole.
Yeah.
And, you know, breaking out the bottom and making that into a hoop. So it's a beautiful game.
It is.
Beautiful game that LeBron created.
Worldwide sport.
But yeah.
There's just no chance football gets there just because it's so hard with the equipment and stuff like that.
I was thinking about that, and I do think that it's tough, but there's shades of it coming in already.
Yeah.
Like the Mississippi State tight end that was drafted this year, Mississippi State. I really kind of fumbled through there.
Well,
he was like he was a French guy, but he's born in like London.
Interesting.
And like he grew like he's from an international whatever.
Well, the Eagles drafted some defensive lineman.
That's right, another guy
is like from like an NFL like international like pipeline.
Yeah,
program.
like Africa.
Yeah,
I think maybe even Nigeria. I want to say, but I don't know if that was exactly the country. But
yeah, Uar Bernard he's from Nigeria.
Let's go.
Drafted 251 overall. He's 6'4", 306 pounds with 6% body fat.
Yeah, he's a stud.
So he's a specimen.
They were comparing his measurables to Myles Garrett.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's something you like to hear. Yeah, like they're in the process of making it more an international game, but it's hard to organize that such a big and complex sport.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Compared to soccer, all you need is a ball.
Yeah, exactly. So, and basketball. But yeah, it was a beautiful thing for me to see on Saturday night. We went over to Mario's. They have a shot wheel where you spin the wheel, you know, and they give you a random shot. So I was like, we got to do the shot wheel. And then I was like, guys, this is because sports are international. I was like, look at Wemby. He's French, damn it. And we took a shot.
What were they saying? Yeah.
They were like, yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. I think I was definitely getting annoying with it, but I was just like, I don't care.
I said, you're on to something.
I was like, look at him. He's French. He's being French right now. Kissing his coach and teammates, hugging him, crying all over him. It was beautiful.
I have breaking news on this program. The tush push is in Madden 27.
Oh my God.
It may have ruined the game.
Oh God. There's someone's gonna cheese that. There's no way. It'll probably be like it'll be a play where you can't, because they made the quarterback sneak now in Madden where like they fall no matter what.
Yeah.
It's like you can't gain more than a yard. It's got to be like that.
Probably.
It's probably gonna be the exact same
makes
play. It's
more
just
sense.
the formation's different.
Yeah. You're probably right. Probably just don't even have it be sneak.
Yeah, unless it's like a button mash. Dead. What if it's like a button mash mini game? One
that
of those.
could be fun. Like, that could get dumb quick.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah. Got a few minutes left here. In the break, me and Lucas were playing this game. You guys may have seen it on Twitter if you're on that in the last few days. 82-0. It's a basketball game where you pick like you spin a wheel, gives you a team in like a decade, and you take a player and you put them in position.
Build out your roster, try to make an 82-0 basketball team.
They also have a 16-0 or 17-0 football version. But me and Lucas found out it might be harder to go 0-82 or 0-17.
Yes.
Than actually.
I don't know if it's that hard. I think it's probably.
You think it's
pretty
easier?
Easy. Yeah.
What about 0-82? 0-82 might be hard.
0-82 would be tough.
Unless you got serious ball.
I mean, you just kind of have to scroll to the bottom and see who's the worst. Like I just did one. Boston Celtics in the 20s. Just go all the way to the bottom. CJ Miles averaged 0 points per game, 0 rebounds, 0 assists, 0 steals, and 0 blocks.
Yeah, I guess you
got to take that guy.
Yeah, 0-82 might be pretty easy. I mean, the 82-0 website is different than the 17-0 because 17-0 you have to type in the football players' name.
Yeah.
You kind of need a little bit of ball knowledge.
You can type in their position.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can just type in position and all of them will come up.
You don't want to play like that.
I'm building a perfect 0-82 team right now.
Let's see it. I've been seeing it a lot.
Ime Udoka, who I'm pretty sure is the Rockets head coach, is on the squad. That's how you know.
Former Celtics coach.
Yeah, I got him from the Sixers or the Spurs. I mean,
it'd be nice to do like a all
Oh.
NBA head coach, former player team.
Hey, it might be a tough. I got 4-78.
Really?
And I picked the worst guy on every roster.
Might
4-78. Might be hard to get 0-82.
So you might really have to know who the bums are.
Yeah.
Like, you can't just be a guy who hasn't played. You have to be a guy who's played
and
has been
was a
bad.
detriment to your team.
Yes, exactly.
That's right.
Tyrese Halliburton, he played 82-0. And he tweeted retiring from this because stop it. He had a team of LeBron James at the point guard, Kobe Bryant shooting guard, Michael Jordan strong forward, Larry Bird power forward, Moses Malone center. That team went 77-5.
That's bull.
It is.
I'm playing now. I'm trying to pick the worst team. I got the Rockets from the 70s, so I just scrolled all the way to the bottom. This guy's name, never heard of him. Averaged 2 points a game in the 70s. His name is Goo Kennedy.
Well, he has to be on the team.
G-O-O is his first name. Goo.
You think that's his birth name?
For sure. Oh, yeah.
Gotta be.
What do you think that's short for? Googery? Like Gregory, but Goog?
Maybe Goob.
Goob?
Oh, no, I got it. His name's Eugene.
Eugene.
Uh-huh.
They called him Goo. What
Eugene
a name.
Goo Kennedy.
That's kind of
6'7" forward center.
I might have to name my kid Goo. Wow, I picked the worst team I could. 6-76.
Even better team than last time.
Yeah.
Goo Kennedy was the Southwest Conference Player of the Year.
Goo Kennedy by himself won us 6 games.
That's the one season. Yeah, he played at TCU.
Goo Kennedy put the squad on his back.
Rest in peace, Goo Kennedy.
Damn, that's crazy. Goo Kennedy.
But
wow.
we actually haven't gotten an 82-0 yet.
No, we haven't.
So can't get an 0-82. We can't get an 82-0.
Got a couple 17-0.
17-0. I haven't got one of those yet, but that I think is a little bit easier. My NBA knowledge, my bag isn't as deep.
We're talking basketball here. We got 2 minutes left. When you're playing, I have this opinion that like I'm pretty strong on, that I think like more people should accept, like, and enact this and pick up basketball. I play a good amount of like pickup basketball around the city. I think that if you're playing pickup basketball, the defense should call the fouls. Like you shouldn't, if you're on offense and you feel like you get fouled, you shouldn't call it.
Yeah.
The defense should have to call the fouls. And you should be honest about it. Like don't ruin the integrity of the game. Because then I think that keeps more integrity of the game than the other way around. Whereas if the offense is calling something, they call something ticky-tacky, then they're like, oh, you think that was a foul? I'm going to really show you a foul now.
Yeah, but I think it goes both ways. Like, both sides should be just honest. Like, if it's a foul, it's a foul.
That's what I mean. I think you should hold, you should hold yourself to a standard here where you're playing pickup hoops. Some guys are just maybe too prideful to play pickup hoops and do that.
I mean, I'm just thinking, like, if I was playing, I'd have a tough time calling a foul on myself.
I do it all the time.
Really?
I refuse to call it. I'll get hacked, and I'll be like, I'm not going to call that. I'm not a puss.
Yeah.
I
ever call it for you?
I'm not soft. Sometimes.
Yeah.
But not all the time.
My bad, bro.
And sometimes they'll be like, well, you should have called it. I'm like, I'm not doing that. You can call it. I was like, you think it was a foul? You should have said something.
Dang.
That's what I'll do.
No.
I ain't no bitch. I'll take it to the rack hard.
Yeah.
And I'll get fouled hard. I'll be like, all right, that's cool. That's cool.
Where would you put yourself in the 82-0 position?
Well, probably bench.
Nah, you gotta be
in the NBA. Well, I mean, I guess I'm 6'2". I'd have to play point guard.
We said a long time ago when Bam dropped his 80-point game, the team was focused on you scoring. We could drop 10 points.
I'd have to play point guard then. I'm 6'2".
You wouldn't be. I don't think you'd be 0-82. Well, maybe.
If I was on the team, yes, we would. Yes, we would. Yes, we would. No, 100% we would.
Well, if you had
any era, we'd be 0-82.
Jordan next to you.
Yeah, maybe then. Yeah.
All you have to do is pass.
We wouldn't be 0-82. We'd win a game.
Speaking of, I mean, we're pretty much done here. But I spoke with Jason Williams, aka White Chocolate.
Yeah,
on Twitter.
You spoke with him.
Yeah, it was Twitter Spaces.
Yeah.
And he was just accepting people. I said, "What's good, Jay Will?" And that was pretty much it.
That was your speaking with him?
Well, I said a little bit more, but nothing any of these listeners care about.
What'd you hit him with?
Well, we could talk about that once we get off the air. I was like, Jay Will, bro, you're the man, bro.
You're just glazing him?
Pretty
you
much.
Hopped on the space and just started glazing?
Pretty much. I think he was liking me, though.
That's
He's
crazy.
Like, all right, Dom, I appreciate you, bro.
Well, yeah, anyone would like you if you just hop on and start glazing.
Well, you better. And that's the greatest, one of the best white NBA players.
Yeah, one of the most iconic,
especially
for sure.
Like the 90s.
For sure, but I still wouldn't hop in there and be like, I love you, Jason.
I say I love you. I never said love. Like, bro.
You didn't have to say. You clearly, portrayed it through your thoughts and actions and words. But
yeah. That's game, respect, game.
You got to love Jay Will. And we got to love everyone who listens to this program. Thank you guys for joining us on Behind Enemy Lines right here on WSRR Radio. Join us next week. Same bat time, same bat channel right here. WSRR Radio, Behind Enemy Lines.
Peace.
The preceding program was a sponsored production. The views, claims, and ideas expressed may not represent those of WSRR Radio.